2018 Chevy Silverado 1500, 5.3 liter, 2LT with a 3.5 inch rough country knuckle lift kit with a 20 by 10 -24 pure grit, black with machine finish wheel, and fuel Country Hunter mud tire, 33 by 1250 by 20. Do have a little bit of rubbing back here in the back, right back here. It's the only spot it rubs, like right through here and back there. Only spot it rubs on both sides, only in reverse, sometimes in forward, but it might be hitting up here and forward. But I am going to be taking this little piece off here. But we'll go through the 3.5 inch kit. So the 3.5 inch kit, what you get is you get new knuckles, you get the block here, new knuckles, and differential drop brackets really in the front. It's really all there really is. You know, the miscellaneous hardware that you need as well. And in the back, you just get a, I think it's a 2-inch rear block that goes underneath of there. So you get a new block that goes there, which makes it level out pretty nice. I mean, it definitely is a little bit rougher ride than what a stock suspension was. I mean, this truck rode really well. It hit as a Z71, so it has the Rancho shocks in the front and rear it had. The rear obviously now has rough country. So the big thing I see all the time about the 3.5 inch kit is that it's really hard on your angles. Everything's trash. That's all you hear about this lift kit, is everything's trash. I don't believe so on this newer style kit. I know the angles look pretty steep. I mean, I get that. I mean, the angles definitely look pretty steep. But what rough country did is this bottom part here, where the lower ball joint connects to, it on the stock suspension, it's angled down like this. This one, it's angled up, so that way it sits much more flat on where the ball joint sits to the spindle. Yes, it might be a little bit harder over here on this side, but it's not nearly as hard as what, you know, they were on the previous 3.5 inch lift kits. My last truck was a 2007.5, and I had the 3.5 inch on that with the upper ball joints. This one, you don't need those. You can actually see the ball joint angle is pretty flat, and I mean, that's all because of the fact that they use that spindle. And whenever they do it, and I'll post a link to my build form on silveradosierras.com, that also is at a, you know, an angle like this, and then they tilt it up, so that way it gives you a flatter angle on your upper control arm. Same thing with where the tie rod attaches to. And you get the differential drop bracket, which is about a 1-inch spacer, so it gives you the same angle on your CV axle as if you were running a 2.5 inch leveling kit. There's no difference, because a 2.5 inch leveling kit, you're still raising it 2.5 inches. In this case, we're raising 3.5 inches, but then we're dropping down the differential 1 inch for 2.5 inches on the CV angles. So all in all, I mean, I think it's a really good kit. It rides really well. It does ride stiffer, of course. I mean, it's definitely pushing out the suspension, or pushing down the suspension, and definitely rides, you know, tougher than stock. But to me, it rides more like a truck than it does a Cadillac, because that's how it rode before. It rode pretty much like a Cadillac, being the fact that it had you know, nothing done to it, and it's just a brand new vehicle. You know, I put this lift on with 1,000 miles on it, but you do get the differential skid plate here, and I never put back in my factory skid plate, so you're able to see all those components underneath, which I'm definitely going to put that factory skid plate back on there just to keep all this road grime off. There's a lot of road grime on there, so I am going to put a thing on there. So like I said, the wheels are a 20 by 10 -24 pure grit. They are dual drilled, and you can see they do stick out a nice little, not very aggressive. I mean, it might be 1 inch outside the wheel wells. Just did a black MLS yesterday. You know, so it just gives a nice aggressive stance. It's not too much lift. but it's not too small. You know, like I said, I mean, if that's kind of the kit you're looking for, is to have a kit that you're able to have just a level plus a little bit, pretty good ride, and able to give that aggressive stance with a bigger wheel and tire. This kit's definitely for, you know, that person. Plus you're able to get the kit for, you know, $500 or so. And it just, you know, totally changes the appearance of the vehicle. I was going to do the 5-inch lift kit, but the 5-inch lift, it was just not what I wanted to do because it's a drop bracket lift by Rough Country, and I'm a big Rough Country fan. So, and also on the truck, I have the Flowmaster 40 series, I believe, but I only did a single out. On this side, I did a single out, and the only reason I did a single out is because I didn't need all those. I mean, I did it for sound, not for appearance. So here's what it sounds like if anybody's curious. That really wasn't a cold start. I just drove about an hour ago. Interior, so that means I got the full metal console, the cloth seats, but all the floor mats and whatnot. So that's awesome vehicle. Love every minute of it. Hopefully you guys, hopefully this helps somebody make a decision on that 3.5-inch lift, because I know I definitely, it was very hard to find information on a 3.5-inch kit by Rough Country with that knuckle lift. You can find some other videos, but they weren't real great. But I hope that helped with, you know, explaining how the spindle worked on this thing over the basic one, because I, you know, held them up next to each other, and like I said, I can post a link to where I have pictures comparing the two. I don't have anything like measurements and angles and whatnot. I'm not worried about all that crap. But, all right, hopefully this helped.